welcome to the Risk Forever channel guys, the channel which shares the most relevant tips and tricks on how to win at Risk, and improve your rank in no time. Subscribe to the channel and you won't even see how fast you will become so much better at Risk. Push that notification bell to see new videos first. This is your host Champion Ever. And today we are playing 6-player fixed card game on the classic Risk map with the game-changing blizzards. Settings: Alliances on, balance splits dice rolls in 60 seconds per turn. This time I'm playing against 3 beginner rank players who are purple, orange and blue, 1 intermediate rank player who is green, and 1 expert rank player who is yellow. As always, wish me best of luck guys, and let's hope that the goddess of good luck and blitz rolls Fortuna will be on my side today. So as you saw, I decided to go for South America. The purple player had some troops near, so that she wouldn't go for South America too. I blitzed her 2 troops in Brazil and then fortified majority of troops to Venezuela, so the purple player wouldn't move into South America. Well, I was so concentrated into South America that I didn't notice that the purple player had the majority of her troops in Australia anyways, and obviously she went for it. But still, it was good to be safe, right? Well, she's just sent me an alliance request which I gladly accepted, so now I'm totally know that the purple player will let me hold South America. I mean, a beginner rank player wouldn't be so savage to betray me a turn or 2 turns later after the alliance was made, right? Well, we will see how it goes guys. Wish me best of luck. Wait, what? Good game, the blue player says. Does he mean that the game almost ended and we have a potential winner? It caught me off guard guys. La la la. Oh wait, that's right. I know that he means. I know, right? No Australia, no win guys. Get Australia at any cost or lose the game. The purple player has already declared as a winner if nobody takes Australia from her in a few following turns. Well, I guess I will just get the 2nd place then. The purple player as an ally will give it to me, right? Well, we will see how it goes guys. I don't give up yet. 2 superior players, 2 superior continents, 2 superior strategies, who in the end will prevail? The Australian or South American player? Make your bets. Or maybe do you think it might be someone else? I feel the game is going to be interesting. And now let's talk about strategy. My initial plan was to expand into Africa, or at least to put my Brazilian army to the territory of North Africa. But since the yellow player moved into it, I think I will rather let him have it, with him having a very big army. I don't want to have unnecessary conflict which could go very wrong for me. So at the end I decided to make an alliance with him and move my troops out from Africa. I will rather be totally safe. But our expansion doesn't end here, as I see that North America is very crowded, so if it stays that way without anyone clearly having it, then I think I will expand to it. But firstly, I think it would be smart to wait and see if some player will be dumb enough to crush other players' troops into it. So it would be way easier for me to capture it. We will be slow and steady. The yellow player is about to capture Africa. As you saw, I moved my troops from it and put them in the territory of Brazil. Well, since we're the allies, I could put them to Venezuela instead, but I just didn't want to show to other players that we're having an alliance. Of course, I'm not going to add any more troops to his border, at least not a lot of them, but I will just leave these 8 troops here so it wouldn't be so obvious for other players. The yellow player put 8 troops next to my border as well, and so far I don't really know if I like it, as it could indicate that he doesn't really trust me, but maybe he just put the majority of troops here, just to be more or less protected from green, as it's the border the green player have the troops next to, and low-rank players really often invade not so well-guarded opponents' border if they don't have an alliance with him. But the fact which I like is that it will be harder for someone to invade me, as if yellow only had 3 troops next to my border, then if someone had a big army could easily invade me through yellow. So the yellow player's troops on North Africa could work like some sort of shield for me. Well, I just hope that he won't be adding a lot of them, as then it could indicate that he wants to attack me. So we will see how it goes guys. Personally, I'm not going to add any more troops, so the tension between us wouldn't grow bigger. I think so far we can trust each other. And very nice guys, with the green player moving to Europe, with the blue player being disconnected, and with the orange player going for Asia, I think I could really have some good chances to expand to North America. So just not sure if the players let me hold it after I capture it. I guess they wouldn't be so much satisfied and instead would consider attacking me, so I won't be in a rush of capturing it, but I will definitely expand to it, so no other player would get it. All I need is to not bring the players' attention to me, having good relationships with them, and then if there will be conflicts among some of the players of them crushing a lot of troops into each other, then I will take the opportunity and capture North America. So I just hope that the green player isn't getting Europe soon, as I'm already allies with yellow and purple, so more or less I trust them. And the biggest threat after them is obviously green. As if he captures Europe, then he will be the player who gets the most of troops per turn, and he could put one of his armies to Greenland, and then probably I wouldn't be able to go for North America anymore. But I will just keep an eye how the situation goes, and if the green player actually gets Europe, then I will try sending an alliance to him. So far I don't want to send it yet, as then he could send me an attack request to attack yellow, but obviously I wouldn't attack yellow, so since I wouldn't listen to green's attack requests, he wouldn't have a lot of trust in me. So I would say it's better not to make an alliance when it's not needed at all. So I'll just be waiting and see if it will be beneficial to have an alliance with him or not. So as you can see, I already started my expansion to Europe, but just the orange player is being a little bit annoying by putting one of his armies to North America instead of just keeping it in Asia on the territory of Kamchatka. But whatever, I think I will deal with him if needed, just the most important thing that he wouldn't bring any more troops into North America. Well, probably he won't. It seems his main focus is Asia right now, but obviously he isn't going to get it. It's not that smart to go for Asia when the Australian player is having his army on Siam. You can be successful and capture all other territories in Asia, but all of your work will just go in vain, as there will be no way you're taking the Australian player's army down. So unless the Australian player is very weak, or like if you get some additional troops by having some other continent, but even if you deal with the Australian, then it will be the other player who will invade you anyways. The players will never let you hold Asia when you have weak defense. Nobody wants you to get 7 additional troops per turn having the most OP continent. So unless you play with low-rank players who take your alliance too seriously, but then still I would guess they would attack you anyways, as it will be just too much. And I did as I said, guys. After the green player capturing Europe, I send an alliance request to him, so he wouldn't prevent me from capturing North America and at the same time wouldn't think that I want to attack him. So if he doesn't start building a huge army on the territory of Greenland, then we should be good. The purple player has just sent me an attack request to attack yellow, but it wouldn't be beneficial for me at all. First of all, I would unleash his biggest army so then he could attack me back, and if we start fighting then we would become the players who are lowest on the troops, so we both would be the potential players to get eliminated first. And second of all, the yellow player is not a threat for me at all. Actually, he is really needed for me as an ally in order to successfully capture and hold North America. So having such a goal, it would be very bad to start a conflict with him. Well, on the other hand, I didn't really expect purple to attack yellow and initiate the conflict with him first, so technically I could team up with him in order to destroy yellow, but still I don't think it would be very beneficial for me due to the mentioned reasons and goals. But I could definitely consider teaming with purple on green. It would be bad to have a player who gets quite more troops than us, so it's better to stop him when he is still weak. But the thing is that the orange player has started putting the pressure on me by blocking my army in North America, probably because he wants to prevent me from capturing it while capturing it for himself. So if the purple player is so desperate to team up on someone, then it would be the best for me to team up on orange, as basically he is the only player who wants to prevent me from capturing North America. So from all of the players of the game, I would like that he would be eliminated first if possible, as all other players are my allies, and probably don't that much care of me expanding to North America. So come on purple, Please attack orange. I did most of the dirty work for you by crushing 2 big orange's armies, so you just have to take out the rest, getting those 4 cards for yourself and trading in a set. Well, actually even in 2 sets, since you already have 4 cards. So if you want to attack someone, then the orange player is the best opportunity of them all. Well, it's bad for me that purple player didn't take him out, as he will be the biggest enemy for me now. But phew, thank God he didn't have a set at 4, so not everything has been lost yet, as the purple player could still take him out, or actually it could even be the yellow player, so better one of them would take the orange player out, as if they won't, then the situation could become relatively bad for me. I really wish I could take out the orange player out by myself, but unfortunately my troops are blocked. Well, at least it's good that the purple player at least invaded green instead of just staying totally neutral, so the green player will be mostly worried about purple. But I mean, I won't be able to help purple player to attack green as long as I have to deal with orange, so better the purple player takes orange out, and then we will be able to team up on green, as otherwise we will just be forced to go by alone, each of us having different enemies. So it's your last chance, purple, if you want that I would be available to help you dealing with someone, as if you don't take orange out, then I will definitely not be considering having 2 enemies at once by attacking someone else. So I just don't understand why you just simply don't take the orange player out, while basically all of the troops you lose would be compensated by 5 cards you would get by taking him out. So I'm not sure why are you missing out an opportunity to get rid of an additional opponent who isn't really needed in the game for free. Well, on the other hand, the purple player maybe had an alliance with orange and took it quite seriously, and obviously while she already attacked green and yellow, the orange player is the only person who is not an enemy for her besides me, so who knows, maybe it was good for her to keep orange alive. As obviously you want to have the 3 players endgame with the players you're allies with rather than 2 enemies who would hate you wanting to destroy you first. So looking from this perspective, it was good for purple to keep orange alive. But on the other hand, she lost the opportunity to team up with me on other players, as now having the orange player as an enemy I won't be able to help her attacking her enemies. So at this point of the game, nothing much for her is left to do just besides simply turtling in Australia, hoping that green as the strongest player won't consider taking her out eventually when he will have much more troops. As the orange player isn't going to help her attacking her enemies either. All the orange player's attention is on getting North America, but obviously I won't let that happen, as with the orange player probably being very mad on me, the least thing I need to happen is that he would become stronger than me. And to be honest, I am not even sure why the purple player is attacking yellow. Well, she probably wants to encourage me attacking yellow as well, as we could have seen from the attack requests she sent to me. But obviously I'm not going to attack yellow, and not only because then I would have 2 enemies at once who could team up with each other on me, but because it would just be stupid to let the player who gets the biggest amount of troops, in this case green, become even stronger. As then while other players who have continents would be fighting with each other, nobody would be balancing green, so depending on how much other players would be attacking each other, the green player could become very strong, having a huge advantage. Well, I see some interesting things are about to happen. Since the orange player moved his army to Greenland, the green player probably thought that he was looking forward to invade him, so the green player combined 2 of his armies, making a big one and putting it very close to purple. So I think most likely he will take the purple player out, but the orange player is the possibility too, but then I think the green player would have rather put his troops to the territory of Iceland if he was looking forward to take orange out, so I think he will most likely go for purple, especially after she invaded him once again. Also I see that the yellow player combined his troops into 1 army too, putting them to the territory of the Middle East, so it's interesting to see what he is going to do as well. I think after green taking someone out, he will take one of the players out as well. And OMG guys. I cannot believe that the yellow player is taking someone out first, and especially purple, the player who green most likely wanted to take out by himself, moving to Australia. As now if the yellow puts his army to Australia, then the green player could consider taking him out since he most likely wanted to move to Australia by himself. But who knows, maybe they're having a very strong alliance. I think they haven't attacked each other even once so far. Well, in any case, I'm not attacking neither yellow nor green, as both of them are very good allies of mine and get the same number of troops each, meaning that the balance of the game will be sustained, so I would rather continue attacking the territories of Orange, who probably only sent an alliance request to me just to not getting taken out by me. And also another reason why he probably sent me an alliance request is because he wants that I would move out from North America, but I accepted the alliance request for a totally different reason, which is that he would be the player who moves out from North America, leaving it to me. So our alliance is not really an alliance, as we're just preventing each other from capturing North America. As you can see, I especially keep building a big army in North America, so the orange player would potentially be scared of it, thinking that I want to take him out, but it seems he is not that much irritated by it at all. Even after me some turns ago crushing a lot of his troops, he still seems to be desperate of being in North America, thinking that I will leave it at some point or so. So I don't know, guys, now it's the time of waiting. Someone sooner or later will have to attack someone. And probably it might be green, since he abandoned Europe, putting his army outside the continent, so unless he fortifies it back. But I think most likely he will take Australia from yellow, since he is leaving his army close. So in case, it's better not to bring green's attention of attacking him into Europe, while he's about to crush some other player troops most likely. Or I think it could be orange who decides to attack someone. He is without a continent at all, and my guess that he would really like to get one, but he just really can't without making anyone mad. Also, I'm a little bit afraid that he could attack me into South America through yellow's Africa, if he's still mad on me, but I'm not quite sure. I think he's waiting for green to attack yellow as well, or something like that, before he tries getting any continent. And OMG guys, he's taking the orange player out. Orange's time is finally up. He was supposed to be taken out many turns ago, but the purple and yellow players refused taking him out after I barely left him alive. So he was lucky to survive. But yeah guys, I think it's even better that the green player decided to go for orange rather than taking Australia from yellow. As the orange player was the one who I attacked a lot, so he could have been still more or less mad on me. So in the 3-player situation, it's better to have the players who are your friends or neutral, rather than the ones you were enemies with at some point. As in a 3-player situation, the balance of the game is really important. One bigger mistake or attack can give away the game for one of the players. So the diplomacy takes a huge part here, so you have to pretend to be both of the players' allies and if possible let or make them fight with each other. So they would crush a lot of their troops, totally ignoring you. Or if you see that they are quite passive or take your alliance very seriously, then you can try expanding and becoming the strongest player by getting the biggest amount of the troops per turn. So I don't know guys, the green player seems as a good ally. I think he might try taking Australia from yellow, so I think I should go for North America, getting both of the Americas and eventually becoming the strongest player. Well, I don't really think it will be this way. The yellow player just invaded green, fortifying his armies into one in Europe, and I'm pretty sure he is looking forward to invade me into North America as well. But you know what guys, I will still capture it, but just leaving no troops to guard it, so I won't lose any troops at all. But I mean, whether he invades me or not, it's good for me either way. As if he doesn't, then I will be getting a lot of additional troops, and if he does, then he will give me a reason to attack him as well, so since he already invaded green, he will be having 2 enemies at once. Me and green will possibly decide to team up on him. I think it's actually very good that the green player decided to move out to Australia. Since it seems he is the most aggressive player over here, I think I have much better chances to expand, becoming the strongest player, comparing if the yellow player was turtling in Australia. I think the green player would want to expand a lot as well, and in case I attacked him, I believe he wouldn't hesitate crushing a lot of my troops without really looking to the troops' counters. While I reckon the yellow player would be more reasonable player, being more careful with his attacks. But I mean, you can never know guys, in the public lobbies the suicides are really frequent, So you should always be very careful, as your impressions about other players could be misleading. So anyways, even after being invaded to North America, I think I'm still the player who has the most opportunities here. I think I could expand to Africa and potentially hold it, if the green player stays as a loyal ally, and of course if the yellow player doesn't invade me. While it's much harder for green to expand to somewhere, and the yellow player will probably be forced to be without a continent at all. Well, he could try taking South America from me, but yet again he doesn't know much of an aggressive player I am, or maybe how much reasonable as a player I am. So it would be a risky decision for him not knowing me, as a lot of masters and even some of Grandmasters still suiciding when the things don't go in their favor. But anyways, I'm very happy that the yellow player invaded green into Asia while letting me keep Africa. So because of it I think I will be the player who gets the most of troops, as I've just pulled a very sneaky trick over here. I put some troops to Europe, well not because I want to go for it or be territory greedy, but because that the green player wouldn't get any additional continent, that I would be the only player with 2 continents. As an ally the green player shouldn't consider taking these 10 troop army down I assume. So it's just to be safe that he wouldn't capture Europe, as who knows if after he capturing it, the yellow would invade it, that's unknown, and I wouldn't like to break the alliance with the green player by invading him by myself, as then I wouldn't be able to hold Africa anymore. Well, if I hadn't come up with this plan and if green had captured Europe without yellow invading him, then I would have captured North America, so the yellow player would invade both of us again. And of course I would have captured it without guarding and leaving my armies in the same place they are, so I wouldn't lose any troops. And oh no guys, that's bad that the green player has moved into North America. I think he probably got scared of the yellow player's army getting closer to him, so he probably thought that the yellow player wants to suicide on him. So that's bad that he moved out of Australia, as knowing how an aggressive player he is, I would rather turtle in Australia myself instead of yellow, instead of potentially getting into the conflict with him which could end up on him crushing too many of my troops. Well, I think I should be fine of him getting Europe. I don't really want to give away him North America as I'm planning to capture it by myself. North America is the best continent position-wise, so I don't want to give it to any of the players. So this is why I moved my troops out from Europe and letting green capture it. But come on green, come on man. Why are you crushing my troops after you have just sent me an attack request to attack yellow? Wow. And especially after me letting you have Europe. Well, the action of crushing troops is not bad or good itself, well only as long as the balance of the game is sustained when it comes to fixed cards. So this is there the case is, the balance of the game is broken, the yellow player has the same number of troops as both of us combined, meaning that he could just simply take both of us out in a single turn. And the worst thing that the army I still have left is blocked, so it's a totally safe victory for yellow. Well, unless he doesn't realize that he could just simply take both of us out, in that case we would still have the chances to win if he just keeps turtling. So let's see guys, I've just sent him an attack request to attack green, so hopefully he attacks green into North America and then fortifies his army back to Australia. But OMG, OMG guys. I've just got crushed. La la la. The game is totally over for me so unless some miracle will happen. But I don't think so. Well, I have a set. So should I not trade it in letting green to finish me off, so he would have better chances to fight with yellow being in a huge disadvantage? Or should I trade it in hoping the best that I will survive, as with having 0 cards it won't be worth taking me out, so if the yellow player makes some drastic mistakes fighting with green, then I might do the greatest comeback ever. So as you saw I went with the second choice but the green player just straightly left the game after suiciding on me. So now I don't even have the tiniest chance to win anymore, or unless the yellow player quits too like it happened in one of my games. But I doubt it. And yeah, he is taking me out. So anyways, what can we learn from this game, is that if some suicidal player is coming your way, then it's better to move your troops away from him rather than hoping that he decides to go for another continent, even if it's your best ally. And another thing we can learn, that it's better to put your troops to one big army if possible, rather than to a bunch of smaller armies, as some inexperienced players cannot even realize that they're crushing way too many troops, while if you put your troops to one big army only, then it's impossible for them to crush a lot of troops, so unless they're taking you out or suiciding on you,